I just want to talk boxing a little bit with everybody. You know what I mean? Everybody always coming at me, coming at my throat. They say, I ain't fought nobody at the 147-pound division. Yeah. And I just be laughing, you know what I mean? Because everybody, the top welterweights in the divisions, you know what I mean? When they, let's be real, if you know boxing, why should we consider Danny Garcia a top welterweight in the division? Can somebody tell me that? And that's my boy, you know what I mean? I ain't hating on him or nothing. I just want to hear, from the people. Because everybody, always slamming my record, coming at my throat, saying this and that. So I got to give it back sometimes, you know what I mean? Let's be real. Danny ain't beat nobody in the welterweight division. He beat Paulie, Robert Guerrero, and everybody beat them, if you ask me. So if Earl beats Danny, I'm saying it's going to be a walk in the park, Danny can fight his ass off. That's why I consider him one of the top welterweights in the division. Not taking away his two close decision losses that he have. I got him, up there. But at the same time, if we going by what the media say, he's not a top welterweight. He lost. He did his thing, but he lost. Just being honest, we're keeping it real. The two shots that he had, he lost. Now, given Terence Crawford case, you can say what you want. I won the fights that I had to win, against the guys that I had to win against. Errol Spence, he fought Kell Brook. He beat Kell Brook. Sean Porter ain't beat a top welterweight. Y'all claim. But in my eyes, Sean Porter didn't fought all the welterweights there is to fight, but Terence Crawford. Sean Porter is another one that, came up short in a lot of fights. Well, a few fights. But he made them close. Thurman, he fought quite a few welterweights in the division. But when we talking, the number one guy in the division, we got to be talking about Terence Crawford, man. Moving up, doing my thing. Willing to prove it, too. That's not hate on my victories and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Every time I fight, everybody got something to say. Prior to the fight, everybody thought I was going to lose. I had people, this the toughest fight of his career. Kell Brook is so big and strong, and he's going to do this, I heard it all. And those same guys, after the fight, had the most excuses. Even the writers. The writers said this and said that after the fight, he was washed up. Now he was washed up. Prior to the fight, the man told you out his own mouth, this is the best he's ever felt in his whole career. He left home, went to camp, no injuries. He wasn't coming off an eye injury like, previous defeat. He was on a 3-fight winning streak. But I can't point out all these facts to certain casual fans because it just go over y'all head and y'all just believe what y'all want to believe, Everybody say he old. Man, the man 34, I'm 33. What I mean, I'm old too. Everybody old in their eyes when a man lose. I don't get it, man. They just can't say I'm good, I'm great. You know what I mean? I train my ass off to get to where I am right now. I do my thing, I ain't slowing down no time soon, man. That's what they don't understand. I stay in the gym. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't put anything bad in my body. I don't have no bad habits. So if they waiting for me to slow down, they're going to be waiting for a long time. But like I said, I pick and choose when I want to do things and how I want to do it, no matter what anybody say, or if they say, oh, well, you got a promoter and this and that and this. Time and time again, I always told people, the promoters work for the fighters. Without the fighters, there's no promoters. There's nothing to promote. So once the fighters get that in their head and get that understood, then things will be better off for them. Whichever one comes next, it don't matter to me. Like I said, I fight them as they come. I never was the type of fighter to shy away from a fight. You know, I'm always running to the fight. You know, I'm always getting called off to box more. I'm never the type of person to be like, hey, don't stand in front of this guy. I'm like, let me see what he gonna do. Let me see what he about. Why would Spence about to fight Saturday? How me and Spence gonna fight? That don't even make sense. See, that's what I be talking about. That's what I be talking about. I want that fight though. That's one fight that I really want. Spence and Pacquiao. Them the two fights that I really want, that I really be looking forward to in the near future. I really want Spence just to show and shut everybody up and see what they're going to say after that. Because I know it's going to be a lot of excuses and bandwagon shipping. It's going to be wild. It's going to be wild. It's gonna be good because I know Danny personally, and I didn't seen him since we was little kids, and he always rose to the occasion each and every time. So it's hard to bet against him. You know, that's why I say it's a 50-50 fight. It was a 40-60 in Spence's favor, but the more and more I think with my head and just think back to the Danny Garcia that I know, when he motivated and when he feel like his back against the wall and got something to prove, he always rose to the occasion. Dating back to all the way when he was going overseas and down 10 points coming back to win, like Danny always was that type of person that never gave up, no matter, you know, any circumstances. So, you know, it's hard to just say that Errol gonna come through and bulldoze and walk through him, but at the same time, we've seen a different side of Errol that we ain't been seeing since before he was champion, and that's the hunger and the grit and the grind that he been putting in the gym to get back to the normal Errol Spence. So it should be a good fight. You know, I'm excited to see it. May both of them, you know, leave the ring healthy, and neither one of them get any serious injuries. And may the best man win. We all doing it for our family and our loved ones and to make a living. And a lot of fans don't understand that. They just be on the outside looking in, like all the memes of Nate Robinson, like everybody laughing at him and stuff like that. But it's funny though, because them same people laughing is the same people that be on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, talking bad about fighters and talking about how they can't fight or what they should be doing or what they shouldn't be doing. But you can't tell somebody what they should be doing and what they should be doing and how they should do it if you ain't stepped foot in the ring. You know, it takes a lot of courage, balls, and mental toughness just to step in the ring and fight another man in front of anybody or nobody at all. You know, let alone, you know, somebody that's way bigger than you. So that's been doing it longer than you. So I take my hat off to Nate Robinson. You know, they should start making all these people with the big mouths, the computer thugs, just pull them all out. Start letting them get a shot of, you know what I mean, some real boxers, since they be having so much stuff to say, arguing, saying what they would and wouldn't do. Now that'll be the best thing going. the casual fans, I bet you they'll have a different approach of boxers, MMA, any type of physical sports. You know, it's like football, basketball, whatever. You know, everybody always have an opinion or what they would have did if they was in that situation, but you wouldn't have did nothing. You know, like you get mad at Drew Brees for throwing an interception or Aaron Rodgers, but you can't even throw 40 yards. So how you gonna get mad at them? It's crazy nowadays. You know, everybody got a opinion of something that they really can't even do. You arguing with somebody of doing something that they've been doing their whole life that you can't do. So why is you worried about it? I don't even know what Thurman got going on. He wanted to fight me for $10 million. That show he didn't want to fight. But everybody say I don't want to fight nobody but Pacquiao and Thurman. I mean Pacquiao and Errol. I was trying to fight Thurman before the Kell Brook because he said he wanted that work. I told Tyrone them go get that fight. I'm the smallest guy though. At welterweight, they say. You know. But I can't understand, you know, how this small guy just, you know, taking over. They can say I'm not taking over, but everybody know it. Everybody know. When you fight Terence Crawford, you know, you got your hands full. It's just simple, you know. Sean Porter a good fighter, you know what I mean? Sean Porter been fucking putting in work since shit. I can remember when he was fucking fighting Danny Jacobs and Sean Estrada, big ass. Yeah. Who next? I don't know. We still, you know what I mean, waiting to see. Next year should be a spectacular year. One step closer to becoming undisputed, hopefully. I like Spence too. I ain't got no problem with none of them, you know what I mean? Shit. My thing is, when it come down to it, we in the same division. You know, it's business. He think he number one. I feel I'm number one, and that's where the friction becomes a issue. You know, somebody got to be number one. We both can't be claiming to be the best in the division if we ain't fought each other. So that's where I'll leave it at. I've been calling all of them out since I was at 140. You know, I come up to the 147 division and everybody say get a belt. I get a belt. Then everybody having excuses. Then the fans run with it. Oh, he's on the other side of the street. I have never heard that ever in my life until now. You never hear that with nobody else but Terence Crawford. They made up a whole street divided boxing with Terence Crawford and everybody else. When that ever happen? All they had to do is just say we weren't gonna fight you because of certain situations, you know. But the crazy part about it is, correct me if I'm wrong, and a lot of y'all gonna see this, and a lot of y'all was blogging about this and y'all was talking about this. Wouldn't nobody mention Terence Crawford's name until they start losing. That's when PBC and Al and them and whoever they handle it. Oh well, now y'all can go over there. But when people was champion, you ain't never heard them say, "Oh, let's unify with Terence Crawford," or "Let's fight Terence Crawford." It was Terence Crawford got to get a belt, or what Terence Crawford done in the welterweight division, or it was always something, or he's on the other side of the street, or Bob Arum. It was always something. But now, like I said before, I already fought 2 PBC guys, and I think Amir Khan was managed by Al Heyman or something of that nature. I don't want to say something that I don't know, but I think. But yeah, so if that's true, that's 3 fighters, right? But the top guys, when they was champions, when they had something to lose, it was, no, don't say his name, no nothing. But now, you see things is changing. You see things is changing now. You know, you see Sean Porter say, oh, man, me and Bud can fight. Now you see Keith Thurman, oh, send a contract. Now, let's be real, man. Spence only really fought one guy, Kell Brook. And Kell Brook only fought one guy. You know what I mean? And that was Sean Porter. And Danny Garcia only fought two guys. Well, really one. I don't know, man. I'm different. I just look at, you know what I mean? Like, what have you done? Or what have they done that's so different than me? And they've been in this division longer than me. They fought each other. Okay. So since they fought each other, that makes them, so if I beat Aegis, that makes him a top welterweight then. If I beat, but Jeff Horn was considered one of the biggest welterweights in the division. He never lost in the division. Tell me. Then, yeah. So everybody that I fought should be in the top 6, 7. I'm just throwing it out there because I guess if they fight each other, then all of them considered in the top, whatever, they top welterweights because they get to fight each other. But what about the person that lose? He's still ranked high? I don't get it. Somebody got to help me get it. Because every fight that I done fought, except the Khan fight, everybody was just like, man, you going to whitewash Khan. But every fight that I done fought in the welterweight division, everybody was like, man, you going to lose. You too small.